So we are live. So hey guys, welcome back to the day 10 of the DSA series. And this is the continuous day 2 of this series. Because I have been not consistent for the last few months, but this is the day 2. Look like day 2, but this is the day 10 of DSA channel. So let's start this DSA series. Okay. So here is the sheet. And in the previous lecture, I just solved that a question rotate a number by a key. And I'm using a GPT indentation to understand the code without watching the lectures. If I was stuck in anything, I was using the indentation thing to solve the question. Okay, here you can see that in the previous revision, in the previous DSS series, I just solved this question. Rotate a number by k. I just simply open my VS Code and here I will show you. Okay, this is you can see that this is a 29 July and I just solve a question rotate by k. So I just simply mention rotate a number by k. Okay, k positions. The first thing I will just simply snooze the Copilot, so it will not, so now it's not suggesting any code. Now just continue to 30 July, not taking my space, 30 July dot js. Okay, and let's see which question I have to solve in today's training. Okay, if my voice is clear and audible to everyone, just let me know in the chat. Okay, let's just let me know in the chat. I have been not consistent for the last few months, but this is the day two. Look like day two, but this is the day 10 of DSO channel. So let's start this day. Okay. I don't know. I'm using a mic, but still my voice has been not clear so much. And I don't know why, but let me just continue the streaming again. And once it's done, I have to just work on my customization of my mic because I don't expect it. The voice has been, I think it's not proper clear. It sounds like something unclear. Okay. But there's no problem. Let's start the streaming session. Okay. I'm just not, I don't have so much time to wait, so I will simply continue. Okay. So the question has क्या कहते हैं, find GCD of code. Okay. What is a GCD also? So let me just go on the GCD and first thing we just check the indentation of that code and then on the basis of indentation then I will just try to write code and if I was not able to write code then I use a coding part. Okay, but once before starting the coding part, first thing we have to understand the indentation and what the question was. The easiest indentation, which close it, the easiest indentation is to think about common divisor. It's when you just suppose you have a two number, 12 and 18. Ask yourself, what is the biggest number that can be divided both of them without leaving a remainder? Okay, 12 or okay, and this is 18. Common divisor is 1, 2, 3, 6. The greatest one is 6. So this is 12 and 18. This is a 6. Okay. Real life indentation. Imagine you have a chocolate, 12 chocolate and 10 candies. You want to make identical gift boxes. Each box must contain the same number of chocolate, the same number of candies, no leftover. The largest number of boxes can make it the GCD. Okay. So in simple, GCD is, I think they don't mention the full form of GCD. So let me just check that. This thing, brute force thinking. Start from the smallest number. For example, I have a number A is 20, B is 28, minimum is 20. Okay, 20, 18, 19, 17, but in the four, they both has been evenly divisible. Okay, the largest number that divided both in four. So GCD is 4. Better interpretation algorithm take 48 and 18. Things like this, if a number divisible both 48 and 18, it must also divide their differences. Okay. So now instead of 48 and 18, think about 30 and 18. Again, 30 and minus 18, 12. Now 18, 12. Again, 18 minus 20, 12 is 6. Now 12 minus 6. Again, 12 minus 6 is 6. Eventually, both become 6. Even faster indentation modulo. Instead of subtracting many times, just directly using reminder 48 percentage 18 equal to 18. Now solve 18 12. Then 18% to now solve 3 then 3. Number one, the geometry of two number is the largest number that divides both in any reminder. Okay, okay. Just let me check. Just let wait so few minutes. Okay, I just facing an internet connection issue. Just first thing, I will fix it. Uh, Okay, so now the stream is healthy. Okay. If anyone who's just watching that streaming, just let me know in the chat. Is my voice is clear to everyone? If it is, just let me know in the chat. Okay. So I just continue to the session. Okay. So here it is. So in that code, they just like the easiest indentation is to think about common divisors. Suppose you have okay, what is GCD? The full form of GCD, greatest common divisor. Okay. So how we can just solve that question. So suppose find GCD of two numbers. Just suppose let A is equal to me 20 and let B is equal to me 40. Okay. We have two numbers and let's try to find the GCD of these two numbers. Okay, the first thing we just we have to use run a loop. I think I don't know how to write the coding part of that, so I just simply mention it, write the code and explain it also. So the code has been this is a function find GCD a comma b y b has been not equal to 0. Let reminder a equal to mu. Okay. So first thing they just create a function and pass the parameters, pass the two values. Okay, ठीक है. This simply pass the two values and then it start a running a loop while v has been not equal to 0. ठीक है. They just choose the second value. It will run it until not raised to 0 because second one value has been greatest always. Okay, so let reminder e modulus b and b is equal to my b and b is equal to my reminder. Okay, and return a console.log manageable. Okay. Function. This is a function find GCD. Okay. And pass the argument a comma b. Okay. And in this first function, we're just creating a loop. You can see that a is 20 and b is 40. So b is the greatest value. So we just run it until b is not equal to 0. B is not equal to 0. So until this loop has been running. So we just simply getting our that okay, let reminder is equal to a modulus b. Okay. So we just simply continue to give a 40. Okay. And if 20 40 other go to one. Okay. And a is equal to b and b is equal to reminder and return a log 20. I get the 20 value. Okay. If I just put in a 48 and 18, 48 and 18, so now it's give me a 6 output. Okay. And let's see how the code has been working. By the way, I understand the code, but in that they will just mention a trial. What if a greater than b? Okay, so your question is what if a is greater than b? If a is greater than b, then we have to creating a two condition of uh, it's some that okay. If your question is was if what if a is greater than b, then I think we can write a code of just suppose a b is not equal to 0 and a is not equal to 0. I think in this condition the code has been still working and I don't think if this value has been goes to 18 and this is 48. So if I run this now, they're working at the same. So we just using a both condition. Okay. Did you understand that? By the way, you have just find the best thing if if the B has been greatest or even B is the shortest, and still this code give the correct output. But now, yeah, this code has been great. Give the correct output. Okay. You can see that. Okay. By the way, if I was in the screen, so I don't think this code has been showing to you. So now I think it's clearly visible to you. Did you are visible to see the output of that code? If it is, just let me know in the chat. That I will just simply okay. Yes. Okay, now so I will just simply move it to this so much so I can just simply put it here. And I think this is sufficient to see the answer. If you will not able to see answer or code something else, just let me know in the chat. Okay. So now just moving to the next question. Okay. To the terminal. Try run. Okay. There's the dry run. This is a reminder for your percentage. So whenever they just code divided, they get a two reminder. If they divide it to reminder is 12 and then A is 18 and B is 12. Second notation में 18 has been percent modulus by 12 and here they go and they just give simply give the output. Okay, let's move into the Find LCM of two numbers. LCM is not. I think finding LCM is not the hardest thing, but let me just check the indentation and then I will write the code. Less common multiply secret is very simple. You can find LCM. GCD is write a code to count digits in a number. Write a code to count a digits in a number. You means just like suppose just wait. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you just want I just need to write a code of how many digits has been in this value. Just suppose there are 5 value. So I just need write a program to count these numbers. Dev Niraj Patil, you just say write code to count digit in a number. So you mean that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this has 5 value, 5 count. So I have to let's write a program of this. Same. Let us know the domain. Okay. The GCD I have already GCD. Okay. So now I have to just find the CF. So I just simply use this formula and solve this question. Okay. Number one, number two, divided by GCD. Sum finds and so circle. Okay. That LCM is given 144. Okay. Bro, this is my last year. This is sixth sem. This is my sixth sem. JavaScript, please. Yeah, I have been writing the code in JavaScript. I'm not using any other language. You can see that this is a plain JavaScript, not even TypeScript. Okay. And just you have to see, I'm a completely beginner and I'm starting. I have good in development, but not good in DSA. So it's create a problem while in the interview. So that's why I have been start this series to practicing data structure. Start from the basics and then making it hard really. And before the starting the streaming session, if you are watching this first time, I will just make sure you know that I was also a night shift corporate employee while I was trying to learning data structure algorithm too. Okay, so just tell me the coding part, template, and okay. So if it is para and okay, so let me, I just think this code has been completely correct. Okay, there is no problem. Okay, if I can just simply return it, they're also working same as a sticker. So, okay, let me just, once moving to the next question, I will just simply, okay, your question is why JS? I choose JS because I have been learning MERN stack. Okay, and you already know that MERN stack is completely in JS. So, if you're learning data structure and algorithm, you don't, this is a completely language independent. Okay? It's not a language dependent. Okay? So I choose rather than learning any another programming language and then start learning DSA. So I think learning DSA in JS is not a big problem. I also know CPP, but I'm not good in CPP so much. So I'm using JS to learning a DSA, by the way. Okay. If I was facing any issue in the future, then I was simply moving to the CPP because I don't think the syntax of CPP and JS was too different. It's some kind of similar. So then I just need so much time to switching from JS to CPP. But from now, I will just continue it the JS because currently the questions that I have that is completely language independent. Okay. You know that this is the basic question. This is a starting number system question. Okay. So I don't think I have to uh, just make to switch to another programming language for just solving this type of question. Yeah, maybe if there is a function and arrays, and after this 2D array recursion. So if actually when we just realize ki should I need to change the programming language from JS to CPP or any else, then I will switch it. But currently, I don't need it, so I just simply using the JS. Okay, bro, can you guide me please regarding the web dev currently in the exam? Bro, if you have to learning a web development, okay, and you just need a guide. So first thing, what you can do to just start not learning start from completely scratch. Just understand the basic terminology of MERN stack, how the website has been built from front end to back end, from to deployment, database, everything, and then start creating project. Don't just watching the tutorials of completely scratch, because you already know that we have a multiple AI tools that will help to write a code. So don't just start it from scratch. Just learning the basics of the merge stack in the 1 month, and from the months to just start continue building projects and break it if you stuck, and that's it. Okay, just don't stuck in tutorial, by the way. Okay, in the JS. Okay, okay. So my voice is clear. Everything. Okay. So find the LCM of that. So this question has been also solved, and now I just simply write that this is the code part. Okay, simple. Okay. Keep checking multiples until you find one divisible by both numbers. Okay. So LCM in AB maths. Okay. Okay. So okay. So this question has been done also, and from now we just finished the introduction in any programming language, conditional and loops and number system. And here is the question of patterns. Okay. Here is now we have pattern printing and and I was really very bad in pattern printing question. Okay. So let's start from the print right angle triangle. Right angle triangle. So just try to write a code of right angle triangle, and once I was not be, I think I can at least write a code of right angle triangle. So first thing I can just simply trying it, and if I was stuck, then I use the GPT code. Okay, but by still I will just simply see the indentation. Okay, because it's like if you are not coding for the last few months, sometimes even a few months, so you have just facing a problem solving the question. So if you will not stuck, just use the indentation, so you will feel at least some confident, and then you will start coding. Because if you don't know the how was your actual answer look like, you will not be able to solve. Okay, so that's why I'm using it. Okay, this. And just before judging me, just make sure that I was completely fresher today. But just once, if I just give at least 1 to 2 months, then I think I have just gained some confidence and some ability to solve some even a easy or medium question. Because sometimes I was stuck in easy question although. Okay, I was not an teacher. Okay, so this is the right angle triangle grow by stars. So think of row n is 5. So when an outer loop that run 5 times each row from 1 to n, feed each row. Ask yourself, how many stars should this row contain? Print star 1. Okay. So just so now I will just try to write a code. Okay. Find a here, and this is where find the LCM. Okay. And here print right angle triangle. So I just simply comment this code. Okay. So just comment this part, coding part, and now just write a program just like for loop. Let I start from the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I will just put down into less than 5. Okay. Start from the 1, and I go into less than equal to 5, and I plus plus. Okay. And this is the basic loop. And now if I have to just print a log, you can I is 5. Okay. So we just need a pattern printing of this, like star, 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, and 5 star. Okay. So this is the pattern that we have to print. Okay, this is the pattern. Bro, I practice hashing at very good level, and now I need to move to array and pattern. Can you give which pattern to do? It is easy. Use outer loop for row and inner loop for printing stars. Okay. Okay. Inner loop और outer loop के थ्रू भी कर सकता हो. Yeah, you are completely right. So inner loop के लिए okay. So this is let I is equal to में for loop let j is equal to में 1 and j is less than j is I think j has been starting from j if 5 so once they print a loop okay so they just simply I think they print 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 15 with the days okay so just with how many stars will be this column to visualize the first loop take it outer loop which amount inner loop how many stars belong in this loop ठीक है if एक सेकंड मुझे एक बार कोड देखना पड़ेगा आई थिंक इसका by starting from the one we start from one here is this one is equal to I and J plus okay how to fix this space issue you just use a line break it printing it well but why it's break the line process dot std out dot write why it's not using a console dot log in std out dot write will not break the line Okay, process.stdout.write. ये this I hear this function print function first time. Process.stdout.write. It print text without moving to the next line. Okay, simple. Simply process.stdout is write a program without moving to the next line. ठीक है? So console.log में move हो रहा था to the next line, but it here it was not moving to the next line. So let I is equal to my 1, I is less than 5, I plus plus console.log 2. Okay. Wrong because each console.log start a new line. You can instead use JavaScript I is equal to my 1, I is less than equal to 5, and I plus 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 process.std5. Okay. So we just okay. So this is a loop starting from the 1 and run until it reach the 5 and increment by 1. This is our outer loop. And inner loop is starting from the 1 and run until it was less or equal to I. So first thing j is 1 and this is less than or equal to 1. Okay. So then it's moving to the so they simply print this star 1. Okay. Console.log and then start moving to here, then 2. So they just print the 2. Okay. Process is right 2. So now the loop has been run 2 times. Okay. ठीक है. And initial the value has been 1 and here now the ji value is 2. So is 2 is less than or equal to j? So yes, this condition has been matched. So they simply print 1 star, then moving to here, then 2 star, and then it's fine. So let's start with the if let n is equal if n is equal to 10, I simply change it from to n. Okay, and now let's run it. Okay, now it's creating a right angle pattern from 1 to 10 star. Okay, this is the right angle pattern. Okay, bro, just one suggestion: use pen and proper for dry run. Using, I think you are right, bro. I have to using pen and paper for dry run because sometimes logic so ऐसे ही build होंगे by the way. Okay, bro. From the next time, by the way, I was still have notebook in my desk. So next time, whenever next time, yeah, from now, just I was just I've been using to write a code and try run it. By the way, you are also learning a DSA or you are just watching for entertainment? You are also doing a DSA? You are preparing for any placement, by the way? By the way, you are a final student, so you are still preparing for the placement. Yes. Okay. So, oh, currently at link list. So you are very far, I think. Linked list, linked list, we are moving to linked list after the array. So you are still at least just array से आगे है तू array से आगे हो आप हाँ? You are still on the arrays, huh? Okay. Me once I just start doing coding, I will start from the basic, moving to the arrays, then I will stop coding and then start again from the basic and arrays. Even I don't escape the arrays. Once I escape the arrays, I hope I can also move into the linked list also. Okay. Downward, right start. Downward, right angle, star pattern. Downward. So from now, we just creating a from this pattern to right angle to down angle triangle. ठीक है? Down angle triangle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So we have to draw a downward right start pattern. ठीक है? This pattern is working successfully. And now just try to write the code of uh, downward. And I think we have to just change some few codes in there, and this code is working. But let me just start from the code from scratch. Okay. So for let I is equal to 1 and I is being run I is equal to why I just need to write the code from scratch, just copy it here and change some few values. Yeah. Okay. And is not signed. I starting from the 1 and I run until the end I minus minus. So in initial the value is 5. ठीक है? नहीं, I is starting from the 1. So first thing I is in 1 and they will just start moving to the to I minus minus. Okay. So first thing I की value 1 है, I minus minus और यहाँ पे J की value है. No, no, no. First thing I loop starting from the 1. Okay. This is the outer loop. Okay. This is the outer loop. Outer loop is starting from the I think it starts from the 5. Okay. I starting from the 5 and I has been run until I is less than equal to n. Okay. 5 है. So so let's say starting from the okay. So just creating a for loop. Okay, this is outer loop. Let I is equal to starting from the 5. ठीक है. Should I have to reverse the loop? Okay. Bro, just one session. Okay, currently at linked list. Brother, I feel that the basics of your loop are not clear yet. You are writing the condition wrong. I think. Bro, my basics has been, I was study basic, but the problem is actually I was not consistent in coding. So maybe I was able to write a basic logic, but sometimes stuck in the difficult. It's an easy problem although, but let me just try it first. Just wait a few seconds. I will be just back. By the way, my flashlight battery has been dead. Okay, but no worries. There is time to close the streaming. So, but before moving to the close streaming, I will just simply solve this question and then I will leave. Okay. I starting from the end and I was run until I has been more than or equal to 1. Okay. This condition has been matched. Okay. And I minus minus. In initial value, I value has been 5. Okay. So it will run from 1 to in I minus minus, I minus minus, and from here, the loop is starting from the let's j is equal to my 1 and j is less than equal to 1. Okay. So first thing j की value 1 है. Okay. Let me just try run this code and then I will continue it. Okay. So let me just wait. And I was not opening the flash, not opening the webcam because the battery has been dead of the lights. Okay. So when I just on it, it's not look good. So I simply just off it. If you have just any question, just let me know in the chat and I will just simply try run this code because I was still not understood this code. Okay. So I is n. Okay. I starting from the n. Suppose the value of n is 5 and I has been run until I is more than equal to 1. Okay. And I minus minus. Okay. This is simply decrement the value. So first thing, the initial value has been 5. Start just suppose the value is in starting is 5. Okay. And I the loop has been started until it's more than or equal to 1 and I minus minus. So let j is equal to my 1. Okay. Outer inner loop and j is less than or equal to I. Okay. So that's mean j starting from the one loop, it will run until I. So in initial I value has been 5. So it is 5 and j plus plus plus. So 5. Okay. And the next j value is the I value is 5. Okay. But initial they will just Decrement by 4. Okay. This condition has been matched. Then it's moving to this loop. Okay. Okay. Here is the code. And now it's working successfully. And records from the next streaming, I was just trying to run a code by try run, and I think I have to just focus on uh basics although because I was stuck in that question, but it's a problem. But no problem, this code has been working successfully, and I had solved. I don't solve even. I just taking a help from the GPT. So right angle triangle and downward triangle star pattern. Okay, I've solved these two questions, and on the tomorrow's streaming session, I try to solve these patterns. Okay, this is for today. I will back. See you soon on the tomorrow. Tab tak. Bye bye. Take care.